So the first thing that I did is prep my paper. I did my background color in this Americana turquoise blue acrylic paint. And now I'm going to use this decorative 6-petal flower screen stencil by Gwen LaFleur, and it is by far one of my favorite stencils. Thank you, Gwen, for making this. Thank you, Mary Beth, for telling me about using a sponge when stenciling. It works so much better than the stippling brush. And I'm just going to go through and I'm going to stipple this screen print here over the entire page. And I am using Bahama Blue by Americana for this next layer. So, going to do that. I'm going to let it dry and then I'll be back. Okay, so now this part is going to involve two of my other favorite stencils. I have favorites, I can't help it. This little Eddy Rose stencil by Mary Beth Shaw is, to die for, one of the best stencils I've used around because, I mean, I know it's rose, but I see sun and I see the sun's rays emitting from it, and that's how I use it all the time. And I'm going to be using this Mermaid. I don't know if you can see her. This one right here that's in the Mermaid stencils that I got. I believe is Jessica Sporn, and it is L527. So, love this. Now, the way she's positioned with her hand up, and I'm going to give you a little background as to why I'm doing what I'm doing here. I'm going to put a heart in her hand because it looks like she's giving her heart up. And I want the heart to glow. So I want to position the heart to go over that middle circle that's in the little Eddy Rose. So it'll be like a solid glow where the heart is, and then I'm going to do the rays going around. So I think if I put her just like so, there we go, hold that down. I'm going to be using the Sunny Day by Americana, also with my little sponge. So I'm going to sponge this on here, and as I do that, I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll be back. So now that I have the radiating glow emitting from this little circle, what I want to do is color this circle in. So I have this funky little brush. It's almost like a stipple brush, but it's not. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be using it for, but what I do like about using this is it kind of gives me the same effect as the sponge. I can just kind of dab my brush in there. Something I cannot do when I'm using a round tip brush or something like that. This comes from Deco Art. This is called a mini mop. So it's a really good brush to have on hand, I think, if you like to do stenciling, because it will give you that same effect as using the makeup sponge, and doesn't give you like a smooth, if you were painting it, you would have a smooth base. Well, this is not quite that smooth. I'll take a picture of this and let it dry, and then I'll be back. So as you can see, I'm taping up and masking off the other parts of the stencil that are around this little mermaid because I'm kind of messy and I don't sometimes do the best staying in lines. Now the position of her, I think, is very important. She's going to be offering the heart up, so I'm putting her this way. To me, if she was this way, it would be like she's giving something to somebody, but when she's positioned this way, it looks like she's offering somebody something. So I don't know, you may find that different for you, but for me, that's how I see that. So got her hand right there in the bottom portion of the yellow circle, and now I'm just going to take white gesso because I think I'm going to go in and paint later, I think. So I'm just going to do white gesso. I think it's going to take a couple layers of paint to actually go over what I have down below. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be back later. So I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but you know, I was going to do white and I was going to go back over and paint her, but gosh, she stands out so pretty and looks so good like that. I'm not too sure I can paint over her. I might leave her white. Don't know. So in the meantime, while I'm thinking about that, I'm going to go ahead and paint the heart in. And I'll just have to sit back and think about this for a while, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to go back over these lines here in the black around her body, and I'm going to go over the white marks that touch the black. I hope that makes sense. But by doing that, it makes the white lines recede behind the black lines, giving her more dimension that she is in front of this glow. So one of the things that I did off camera, and I apologize about that, but my battery died and I didn't realize it, is I went around and I added these little dots around here in the water. Now I took a picture of the mistake that had happened while I was stenciling. I think my stencil had popped up while I was sponging and it splattered some paint. But I really liked how it looked, so instead of worrying about it or trying to cover that up, I added to it and just added more. So I really like how it looks. It makes it look more watery, I think. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think. I also went and connected her hair to each other, so instead of leaving the stencil cut off there, I just added white paint on top of the black ink that I had and just covered it up. Just to give it a more cohesive, flowing look to it. So this is where I'm at right now, and I'm going to do the Ocean Dreams, which comes here on this stencil. And again, I have masked off. It makes it so much easier on myself. Let me clear a little room off here. Alright, so I'm going to use my little 90-degree angle here. So hopefully I can get a nice straight line. And the masking tape that I use to mask off also helps hold down my stencil where I want it to be. So that works out good. Alright. How it looks. I kind of messed it up. But that's okay. When I go back through, I can straighten everything out with a little bit of paint and a little bit of black marker. I tried too hard to smush it all in there. Alright, so the other thing that I want to do is I want to do this angel fish. So I've already gone back through once with the yellow. As you can see, that starting to bring out the words Ocean Dreams a little bit better. Now I'm going to go back with my Bahama Blue. And just kind of touch up. And I'm using the stencil over here as a guide for fixing this. So I hope this translates as cute as I think it is in my head. But I thought that little angelfish there would be blowing the heart bubbles. And she like caught one, and as she caught it, it grew bigger because he loved her and she loved him and they loved the ocean. And oh my God, yes, I actually do that stuff in my head when I'm journaling, painting. I make little stories up as to why something is the way it is, etc., etc. So, anyway, bear with me. So as you can see, outlining and fixing up the letters with a little bit of paint worked out real well, and they show up fairly good. And now it's on to my angelfish. And the angelfish, from what I have seen, there's a big variety of them. And they also have very big eyes. So I'm using my yellow as my base. I am doing a French angelfish, which is black and yellow with the black stripes. So pretty much finishing up here. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and there are lots more mermaids to see that are swimming around here. I hope you enjoy them. Y'all have a great day. Bye.